Hello and welcome to the President's Diary. Here we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali's week of activities. On Monday, His Excellency Dr. Ali charged Guyanese and foreign nationals living in the country to get vaccinated in the face of the new COVID-19 variant, Omicron, that scientists say may be highly transmissible. As many persons in other nations are testing positive with the new strain of the virus, Dr. Ali affirmed that the safest way to protect the population in Guyana is through vaccination.
Our only tool to be ahead of all these variants, our only tool to be ahead of all the changes and mutations that we're seeing is vaccination. If it is that this variant is far more infectious, then the only thing that can protect us is the vaccination. The only thing that would slow hospitalization is the vaccination. The only thing that would slow death rate and actually very successfully is the vaccination.
President Ali noted that there is no shortage of COVID vaccines in Guyana, as the government has been working around the clock to ensure vaccines are available for Guyanese to reach herd immunity. He reiterated that booster shots are also available.
Those who are qualified for the booster, make that decision. Take the booster. This is our only chance of fighting off and being aggressively ahead of the impact of any variants on our country.
Those eligible for booster shots are persons 50 years and above, those from 18 years and older that have comorbidities, and frontline workers. On Tuesday, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali expressed Guyana's unwavering support for Barbados as it achieved Republican status. In a letter to both First President of Barbados, Her Excellency Sandra Mason, and Prime Minister Mia Mottley, President Ali emphasized Guyana's commitment and support to the country. The President added that Guyana salutes the Barbadian people on this momentous transition as it seeks to further consolidate political independence and nationhood. President Ali has again signaled the green light that Guyana is open for business. Further, His Excellency has issued a call for all private sector bodies from across the region to share in the many investment opportunities in Guyana and the region itself. President Ali made the call on Tuesday evening during his address to the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association's President's Dinner and Awards. The President said that while heads of CARICOM states have been actively engaged in establishing policies targeting economic growth in the region, private partnerships are critical to advancement and development of the region.
All of this, though, requires private sector partnership. As a government, we have made it very clear that the achievement of all our targets, the achievement of all of these lofty ideals and vision must come with great partnership with the people of our country and the people of this region. And we have committed ourselves to working with every stakeholder, all the people, in realizing these aspirations. We cannot move forward regionally as a people. We cannot move forward regionally as a collective if we are not willing to act in a selfless manner. The opportunities will slip by.
Dr. Ali highlighted several barriers to trade in the region and noted that these can be easily and quickly resolved. The head of state reiterated Guyana's commitment to the Caribbean community.
It is important to know, too, that we have committed ourselves totally to CARICOM. I've said on more than one occasion that the prosperity of Guyana is going to be the prosperity of CARICOM. We take our responsibility in CARICOM seriously.
On Thursday, the head of state, along with Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa, met with members of the Three Door Fishermen's Co-op Society. The head of state was also joined by senior minister within the office of the president with responsibility for finance, the Honorable Dr. Ashni Singh, chairman of the board of directors at the National Agricultural Research and Extension Institute, Major General retired Joseph Singh, and the chief fisheries officer of the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Denzel Roberts. The fishermen's group was represented by Ms. Banmati Van Broek, Mr. Chabilal Hardial, Mr. Stephen Victor, Ms. Bibi Zina Mohammed, Mr. Puran Ramu, Mr. Shazad Lal, and Mr. Ravi Mitchell. On International Day for Persons with Disabilities, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali reiterated his government's commitment to establishing an inclusive democracy that will give voice to and involve constructive engagement with the disabled community. He said the government is prepared to work with the most vulnerable to guarantee a greater role for them in decision-making, to generate their own pathways to personal development, and to tap into their undervalued potential. Emphasis will be placed on empowering them economically and socially, enhancing their skills, supporting them with long-term social protection, and providing rehabilitative care where necessary. Persons with disabilities are entitled to the full benefits of citizenship, including free nursery, primary, and secondary education, and eventually, by 2025, free university education. Friday, the head of state received a courtesy visit from the British High Commissioner, Her Excellency Jane Miller. When the two initially met on July 20, 2021, for the accreditation process of Mrs. Miller, the President had credited the United Kingdom for being unwavering in its support for Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity. He had also commended the UK for its role last year in defending Guyana's democracy and for its support of Guyana's development efforts through programs of cooperation. His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali attended a cocktail reception hosted by First Lady Arya Ali in observance of International Day of Persons with Disabilities at State House. President Ali and the First Lady were also joined by the Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the Honorable Unej Waldron, members of the diplomatic community, and members of the Guyana Council of Organization for Persons with Disabilities. Their Excellencies also mingled with the guests and also took part in a small awards-giving ceremony. State House was also illuminated in the color purple in observation of the day. His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali has reiterated the PPPC government's readiness to listen and adopt the changes that will lead to the success of businesses operating in the manufacturing sector. The President announced this in his keynote address to Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association's 25th annual presentation and award ceremony, held at the Princess Hotel Friday evening.
We are agreeing that some changes are required. And we are agreeing that for these changes to be sustainable, all of us in this room would have to do a frank and honest evaluation. And let me be very frank, you have a government that is ready to listen, even learn, and adapt to the changes that are required to help you succeed.
Since taking office, the President Ali-led government has made significant progress in ensuring that citizens and businesses are cushioned from the blows of the pandemic. For the manufacturing sector, the government removed VAT and duties on machinery and equipment. Despite the pandemic's woes and as fruit of the government's intervention, the services sector grew by 9.4%, while the manufacturing sector grew by an impressive 13%. Meanwhile, the head of state called on businesses in the manufacturing and services sector to rally together.
Not in this room, how do we see ourselves? Do we see ourselves as competitors or members of a manufacturing industry who no doubt would have to come together? Human resource, financial resource, technical resources. If we want to win, we have to come together and build the capacity and the industry to win, and we can do it. Yes, we can do it.
Removing the barriers of doing business and trade is something that the government has prioritized, the President reminded, as he highlighted that his administration has secured a new forefront with Barbados. This revitalized relation sees the removal of what were long-standing inhibitors of trade between the two countries. But this barrier removal stands not only between Guyana and Barbados, Dr. Ali noted, and pointed out the necessity of removing all blockades identified amongst all other members in the Caribbean community. This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching. Do join us again next week. Goodbye.